Okay, first grade, we're going to be working on the background to our winter tree. So we have our Masterpiece Manager. Open the folder, give everybody a white piece of paper. You are going to return the folder to my box today because your artwork is going to the drying rack. Supply Manager, the first thing you're going to pass to everybody is a pencil. Everybody is going to write your name and your teacher's code. Remember to look on the board behind Miss Lawson for your teacher's code. You're keeping your paper vertical, top to bottom. Pencil goes back in your cup. Once you've got your pencils in your cup, you're going to flip your paper over. Now we need to find the center of our paper. So to find the center, we take the bottom and you're going to fold it to the top. Make sure it is even. If you fold like this, that is not correct because your two papers are not lined up. You have to make sure the top and the bottom are lined up before you crease it. Then you're going to open it. Remember our invisible line that is showing us where the center of our paper is. Supply Manager, now you're going to give everybody a blue oil pastel. So once you get your blue oil pastel, we are going to draw the horizon, which is where the sky separates the land. So we do not want to draw it straight on that line. We are going to go below that line. Let me say that again. We're going to go below that line and we are going to draw it. We're not going to draw a straight line because if you ever really look at where the earth and the sky meet, it's kind of lumpy and bumpy, but we don't want to draw a wiggly line. It's not a roller coaster. So below that fold, we're going to draw a slight wiggly line. Again, does it look like a roller coaster? No, it's not going up and down, up and down. It's not waves, but it's not straight. It's got a slight bump to it. Put the oil pastel up. That's all we're doing. Now, Supply Manager, once you get their name and their blue line drawn, I'm going to be calling for these two supplies before we get paint. Let me say that again. I'm going to be calling for these two supplies before we get paint. Once I call for those and we have collected those, then you will walk back and get your tray. Now on our tray, we have our watercolors, our paintbrushes, and our water. There's going to be two sets of watercolors already opened. So Supply Manager, the first thing you're going to do is pick up the paints today. You're going to put one in front of you and the person across from you, and then the other in front of the person across from the other side. Then, once you get the paints set out, you'll give everybody a brush. Pick up your house, give everybody a brush, put the house off to the side. Now, we want to be careful because we are not using all these colors. We're not even using two. We are using one color. It is blue. You need to make sure that you know where blue is. It's not black and it's not purple. There's the blue. It's usually right next to green. So want to make sure that if you don't know where the blue is, Miss Lawson will point it out to you. Now these are watercolors, so there's no water here. We don't dump water. Our tool to get water from the water cup to here is our paintbrush. So we always have to go water, paint, paper. Water, paint, paper. Say it with me. Water, paint, paper. Water, paint, paper. Now you want to be careful because this is not a shovel. This is a paintbrush. So we're not twisting and digging a hole. What you do is lay your paintbrush right on top of the color and you gently rub. Let me show you from this side. Lay it down, gently rub. I'm not going down like this and twisting it, and I'm not scooping it. You lay it down and you gently rub. So watch, I get water, I lay it down, I gently rub, and then we're going to the top part of our paper. Water, paint, paper. I want to go right to the blue line and above. Water, paint, paper. Now you need to be careful because this paint will smear around. If I keep taking it and painting here, I've already painted this area blue. I don't want to keep painting it blue. I want to spread it out to the white part. Because if you keep painting something blue with water and paint, it's going to possibly rip a hole or make it very sticky because you got way too much paint. So you want to spread it out. Notice, see how I've got that puddle right here? I don't know if you can see that. There's a puddle of paint. So I can take that puddle and smooth it out. See those puddles right there? and it's no longer too thick in that area. So we are painting the top section of our paper. That is the sky we are painting, because down here is snow. And I know not everybody has seen snow, but snow is white, so our paper is white. So therefore, we don't have to do anything to the bottom. This is the bottom part we'll be gluing our collage of trees to. So I'm finishing going water, paint, paper, smearing all that blue around. Okay, so you can see I've got above my blue line painted. So paintbrush, wash it off. Do not forget, it needs to go back to the house, hair on top. Put that back in your sponge. Supply manager, you will then take your paints, close it up, and put it back on your tray. Get the other paints when they are done, close it up, back on your tray. Supply manager will be walking this back to the counter. Everybody else, you're gonna be carefully picking up your sky background and walking it to the drying rack. Now remember, we are walking around the blue table because we don't wanna run into the hand washing station and create traffic. So around the blue table, find our drying rack. We talked about this with our spleams. I want to make sure whatever open number is next. If I'm the first one, that's pretty easy. Number 1, keep your paper vertical, top to bottom. Turn around, soap, wash your hands, make sure the table's dry, throw away your paper towels, and then carefully make your way to the floor to read a book.